Today, I'm going to discuss a new paper of Cambridge IGCSE, that is 0580/23 May June 2021. It's actually extended paper. So we'll straight away go to question number 1. So what is our first question? It's a very simple question, right? So what is our question? Write down the number that is 23 less than minus 1.6. So what is our question? Write down the number that is 23 less than minus 1.6. Correct? So that means less than means it is minus, right? So minus 1.6 minus 23. So what will be our answer? Minus 1.6 minus 23 would be minus 24.6. So what is our answer? That is minus 24.6. Clear? So it is very simple. Then write as a fraction in its simplest form, 72%. So by definition, what is 72%? 72 over 100. But the thing is that we have to report in the simplest form. So how we will report in the simplest form? We will cancel the common factors. How we can cancel this 72? We can write it as this 72. We can write it as how we can write 72. So it's very simple, right? So like we can write it as 2 times 36 over 2 times 50. The 2 got cancelled. Eventually that is 36 over 50. But still common factors are there, right? So what is the common factors? How we can figure it out, the common factors? This again we can write it as 2 times 18 over 2 times 25, correct? So again 2 and 2 got cancelled, and the final fraction would be, the simplest form is what? It is nothing but it is 18 over 25. Okay, then write as a fraction in the simplest form 0.004. So 0.004, how many decimal places? 3 decimal places. So it is what? It is simply 4 out of 1000, correct? Because 4 out of 1000 is 0.004. So if you are simplifying this, we can write it as this is 1 times 4 upon this 1000. We can write it as 4 times what? 4 times 250. Am I right? So this 4 and 4 got cancelled. What is the simplest fraction? It is going to be 1 over 250. That's it. Very simple, right? Now move to the next question. Question number 3. So in this question number 3, what they're asking, the diagram shows a pair of parallel lines and a straight line. They complete the statement with the correct geometrical reason. So x is equal to 40 because what is the reason for that? You can see this is 2 parallel lines, and what about the straight line? This is the transversal, right? So what happens? This transversal makes what? Alternate. Is that alternate interior angles? Or is that corresponding angles? What is that? The corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are exactly what? So x is equal to 40 because the angles are corresponding, correct? So there is a rule in parallel lines. So angles are what? Corresponding. So that is the idea about this question. Okay, move to next question 4. Find the value of y. So we know that angle around a point adds to be what? 360 degrees. Am I right? So how we can figure this? We can figure how? Because 100 plus y altogether add up to give 360. So 2y is equal to what? 260. How? You can bring this 100 to the other side. So therefore y has to be 260 over 2. That is going to be 135 degrees. So what is our answer? 135 degrees. Is that clear? It's very simple, right? Then now a question. Joe invests $600 for 7 years at the rate of 1.5% per year simple interest. Now, what is our question? Calculate the total interest earned during the 7 years. So what is the formula for finding the simple interest? This is simple interest, not compound interest. So what is the formula? The principal amount multiplied by the tenure multiplied by interest rate over 100, correct? So that is going to be what? 600. And what is our tenure? 7 years, right? And what is the interest rate? That is 1.5 over what? 100. So figure these values, please. So 600 multiplied with the 7 multiplied with the 1.5 divided by 100. So what happens? The answer would be what? $63. So in 7 years, he earns how much? $63, right? Now move to the next question. Maria buys N pencils that cost P cents. She pays with a Y dollar note. Find in terms of N, P, and Y the amount of change Maria receives. Give your answer in cents. So here, Maria buys how many pencils? N pencils. And what is the cost? P cents. And but unfortunately, Maria is giving a dollar note, Y dollar note, right? So that means Y dollar means how many cents? It would be, or it must be what? Because $1 is actually 100 cents. Am I right? Therefore, Y dollar would be 100 multiplied by Y cents, right? So it means Y followed with the 100, correct? Y followed with the 100 cents. So that we can write it as simply 100Y, right? Now, she buys N pencils. So the total cost of N pencils. The unit cost is P, right? So N times P cents. So what will be the change? What will be the change? Change is equal to the total amount given is 100Y and the cost of this is NP, right? So the change would be what? 100Y minus what? NP. That is our answer in cents. It's very simple. Now, next question. From the list of numbers, write down a cube number. What is a cube number? Cube number means a number if we are multiplying price. If we are multiplying price, like for example, 1 is a cube number, 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1. What about 9? 9 is a cube number of 3, right? 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. Then 8 is also a cube number. So could you please identify which is our cube number? 125. Why? Because 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 is going to be what? 125. Or else you can take your calculator and find what the, if you are taking the cube root of 125, you will get 5. So only one number here in this list that gives cube root a whole number. All other cube roots we will get in decimals. So we can conclude 125 is what? A cube number. Now, what a prime number? So what is the speciality of a prime number? So prime number means it can be multiplied or it can be divided with the 1 as well as with the same number only, correct? So 12 we have factors. 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. So more than 2 factors we have. So 12, 80, because all these are even numbers. 49, 7 multiplied by 7, right? 49 and 1, all these are factors. Now, what about 29? What about 29? So 29 must be a prime number. 29 is what? A prime number. So did you get the idea? So 29 is actually a prime number. Well, move to next question. Alex changes 190 euros into pounds. What is the conversion formula here? The exchange rate. What is our exchange rate? 1 euro is equal to what? No, £1 is exactly equal to 1.1723 euros. So calculate the amount Alex receives. Give your answer to the decimal places. So he is going to convert euros to pounds. Euros to pounds, correct? So what we will do is we will divide 190 with the unit numbers, 1.1723. So please calculate it. What is the reason for that? Because we need to convert. We need to convert what? 190 euros to pounds, right? Such that £1 is 1.1723. So divide it. 190 divided by 1.1723. So we have to report to two decimal places. So what is our answer? 162.07. So without using a calculator, work out 1, 2 by 3 divided by, it's a mixed number, right? So how, first of all, if you want to deal with a mixed number, first you convert this into improper fraction. So what is 1, 2 over 3? That is 1 multiplied by 3 plus 2 over 3. So that means it is 5 over 3, right? And what is 7/2? That is 7 multiplied by 2 plus 1 divided by 2. And that becomes 15 over 2, correct? Then what they are asking? They are asking us to divide 5 by 3 over 15 by 2. And we know if two fractions, if you want to divide two fractions, we have to flip numerator and denominator of the denominator of that fraction, correct? So what happens? This becomes what? 5 by 3 multiplied by, we will flip this 2 over 15, correct? So 5 and 15 got cancelled, it becomes 3. So it becomes what? It becomes 2 over 9. So what is the simplest fraction? That is 2 over 9. So that is the answer for this question. Any clarity you needed for this? So that is the idea about this question. Now move to next question. It's a question from transformations, right? So describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T into triangle A. So what happens to this triangle? Actually, it is a translation, right? So for example, if you're considering this vertex, so there is no change in the shape. I mean, not in the shape, there is no change in the size. So that means it is not an enlargement. And you can see the same pattern, right? It's actually, it resembles a translation. So like, for example, if you are randomly selecting one corner of this real picture of this triangle T, so this corner is translated to here. So what happens? What is the initial coordinate of this vertex? That is 2, 2, right? So what happens to this? So it is translated 1 unit horizontally left. And then what happens? It is translated how many units, my dear students? Please count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 units down. Am I correct? So what will be the translation vector or the column vector? Then the column vector is first we will report the horizontal stuff. Since it is left, it should be minus. And since it is down 8 units, it should be -8. So the column vector is -8, -1, -8. So how we will describe this? It is a translation with column vector. So if you are only writing translation, you are only eligible for 1 mark. And if you are precisely marking the column vector, again, you are eligible for 1 mark. So altogether, you will get 2 marks for this. Okay, so please remember this. Okay, now also there is a tail end for this question. What is that B part? Draw the image of this triangle T after an enlargement of a scale factor of -half. So what is this actually -half enlargement? It is actually another name of that is inversion, correct? So actually this image will be on the opposite side. Since it is half, since it is half with the center 0, 0, right? So what we will do, we will follow a very simple procedure. Like we are counting from, or we are, our point of interest is from origin, right? So from this origin, you can randomly select this. You can mark the, vertices of this real triangle T. So from this vertex, I am from this origin or from 0, 0, say for example, I'm just naming this as a, like it is PQR. To avoid confusion, I would like to mark it as the vertices of this triangle T as PQR. So now, can you please tell me how to reach P from origin? So I have to travel 2 units right and 2 units up. So instead of going 2 units right and 2 units up, so what is minus half means? It is just opposite. So in place of 2 units right, we will be going only 1 unit left because it is minus half. So we have to first multiply it with the half, then we have to go in the opposite direction. So how to reach this point P? After this inversion, what happens? 1 unit left, and instead of going 2 units up, 1 unit down. So this is our one of our points. Did you get it? So this is the inverted point of P. So I would like to mark this point as P dash, say. Then how to, locate Q? From this P, we have to move 6 units, but 6 units horizontally right. But here what happens? 3 units horizontally left. So this is our Q dash. And from this P, how to reach R? 2 units up. So in place of inversion, what happens is 1 unit down, correct? So this is what, this is R dash. And if you are marked, or if you are joining all these points, what happens? We will get the required answer. So this triangle is our answer for B part. Okay, so that is the answer for B part. I hope you got it. So we are moving to the next part. Now here, this is a question from Indices. Simplify 3x cubed multiplied by 4x to the power of 4. How you're going to solve this? It's very simple. First, you multiply these numbers. So 3 multiplied by 4 is going to be 12, right? Then x cubed into x raised to 4. So we have a formula, x to the power of a multiplied by x to the power of b means it is nothing but x to the power of a plus b. So same strategy works here. So here 3 and 4. So if you're adding 3 plus 4, what happens? It becomes x to the power of 7. So what is your final answer? 12x to the power of 7. It is very simple, right? Now, next is a question from Inequality. So in this question, x is an integer that stands in this inequality minus 3 less than or equal to 2x minus 1 less than 3. Find the values. So first you have to develop an inequality in terms of x. First you solve this in terms of x. How we need x. So definitely in the middle part, it is 2x minus 1. So how to remove this 2x minus 1? How we will eventually, we can, screen out x from this. We can add the additive of minus 1. What is the additive inverse of minus 1? I mean, that is plus 1, right? So we will add plus 1 on all these sides. So what happens? 2x minus 1 plus 1 less than 3 plus 1. So minus 3 plus 1 is going to be minus 2 less than or equal to this minus 1 and plus 1 got cancelled. It becomes 2x less than 4. But we need only x. So what we will do? We will divide throughout all this with a 2. So what happens? Minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. Then identify which all integers are lying in this inequality. So that means it is possible to accept minus 1, but it is not possible to accept less 2 because all the values of x less than 2, but x should be an integer, right? So what are our integers in this satisfy this inequality? -1 we can take it, and even 0 we can take it, and even we can take 1 as well, but it is not possible to take 2. Now expand and simplify. The next question. So how to expand? How to distribute this? We have to multiply 6 with the both t and -2, correct? Similarly, we have to multiply -2 with the 2, t, -2 with the -3. So what happens? 6t minus 6q minus 2t, then minus into minus becomes plus 6q, correct? So unfortunately, what happens is this minus 6q and the plus 6q got cancelled. What is 60 minus 2t? Like terms, we can add or subtract, right? So 60 minus 2t, what is your answer? The answer is 40. It's simple, right? The answer is 40. Now, the magnitude of the column vector 20k is 29. So what is a this is actually the representation of the column vector. So how we will find the magnitude? So we can calculate the magnitude by taking the square root of these terms. So a square plus b square. So in this case, the magnitude is what? Root of 20 square plus k square, and that is equal to what? 29. And how we can remove this square? Because we ultimately we need to calculate what k, right? So square both sides. So if I'm squaring both sides, the equation remains same, right? And that is equal to 29 square. So what happens? The square root got eliminated, and it becomes what? 20 square plus k square is equal to 29 square, and k square we can make it a subject, 29 square minus 20 square. So please calculate the answer, please. So what happens is 29 square minus 200. I mean 20 square. So k square we will get it as 441. Then, but we need k. So k has to be square root of 441. So it should be plus or minus 21. So what are the values of k? The k, either it can take minus 21 or it can take plus 21. So that is the answer for this question. Now, move to question number 15. So here, take a breath and try to answer this question. It's actually a question related with the similarity, right? So you have to apply the concept of similar triangles. So in this diagram, AB is parallel to CD. So what is the speciality of AB? What is the speciality of this statement? AB is parallel to CD. So if AB is parallel to CD, you can see that this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. Am I correct? Similarly, this angle and this angle are alternate interior angles. And then what is the speciality of these two angles? Vertically opposite angles, correct? So that means these two triangles, which two triangles? ABX and CXD are what? Similar triangles. So why it's similar triangles? Though its dimensions are different, you can see in both these two triangles, the angles, individual angles are exactly same. So we can answer the first part with with 100% confidence. What is that? Triangle ABC is what? It is similar to triangle DCX. It's very simple. Okay, so now work out the length of BX. So what is the speciality of two similar triangles? The ratio of the corresponding sides are always equal. So could you please tell me which are the corresponding sides? So what is the corresponding side of AX? So corresponding side of AX would be XD, right? So AX divided by XD would be equal to, what is the corresponding side? Because our aim is to find the value of BX, right? What is the corresponding side of BX? The corresponding side of BX would be, that is XC, right? XC. And that is equal to what? What is the corresponding side of AB? the corresponding side of AB is CD. So you can substitute the values. So AX is given, no. XD is there, but it will not make any sense. But BX, that's what we need to calculate. So if I'm taking this part, I mean, BX over XC is equal to AB over CD. BX is unknown, but XC is what? XC is gonna be 8, right? XC is 8. And what is AB? AB is 6. And what is CD? CD is 12. So if you're making BX the subject, it is gonna be 6 times 8 over 12. So what is our answer? It has to be 4 centimeter. So answer for this question is what? The answer for this question is 4 centimeter. Okay, so we applied what? The property of similar triangles. Then the area of which triangle? DCX is what? DCX. DCX is what? 29.906. 26.906. Find the value of the area of triangle ABX. So we know that, if they are similar, then the ratio of there is some relationship between the area of what? The similar shapes. Okay, so tell me, what is the scale factor for this? How to find the scale factor? The scale factor for this shape is what? That is AB over CD. So that means 6 over 12. So what is the scale factor? Scale factor is 1 by 2. So that means we can say that the area of triangle, the smallest or smaller one is ABX, correct? The area of triangle ABX divided by area of DCX. So both are triangles, correct? Is equal to what? Scale factor square. And it is given that the area of triangle ABX we don't know. So we can keep it as ABX itself divided by area of DCX. It is already given that 26.906. And scale factor is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 square. So the area of ABX, the area of ABX. How we will calculate it? ABX, you cross multiply, correct? 26.906 multiplied by 1 over 4. So could you please input these values in your calculator and please tell me first, make a rough, you can make a fast calculation because you can simply input this value, right? So 26.906 multiplied by 1 over 4, and that's gonna be 6.7265 centimeters square. Now, what is the area of triangle ACX? ACX. Which one is ACX? ACX. So this one. So triangle ACX. So how you're going to find the area of this triangle? ACX. Triangle ACX. How you're going to find it? ACX. ACX. ABX we have already calculated. DCX again we calculated. So how to find the area of triangle ACX? So provoke your thoughts and please calculate it. When we are speaking about this question D, I mean C2, what is ACX? So ACX means this one, right? So this is our ACX. See, interestingly, you can see that if this is 8 and this is 4, correct? So that means it is actually the half. And definitely if this is 4, it is 8. So immediately it is doubled, right? So similarly, what happens to the area? Area also got doubled. So that means if this area is 6.7265, then what about this area, my dear students? It will be the double. So that means 2 times 7265. So calculate the answer. So that is the final answer for this question. Okay. So what is your answer? It must be 13 point. If you're rounding to two significant, two decimal places, it must be 13.45 or 13.46.